Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Was good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and this one says, I had a conversation with a woman on social media. Basically, I DM'd her on a pic she was posting, letting her know I like what I see. She responds ASAP saying, is that all you focused on? LOL. She posted a selfie with her boobs nearly out, but the caption was talking about her hair. I told her you can't really blame me when they're 90% out, but I only show attention to the women I'm attracted to. She pretty much said touche and said thanks. She seemed like she had a cool personality afterwards, so we're vibing. I find ways to talk about what I want to talk about, which is sex. She entertains it by saying every guy she messes with usually wants to stick around for a while, and she said it's because she's a Pisces. Then asks what's my zodiac. Through experience reading forums and based on multiple women, they usually hate my zodiac. I was playing games and wouldn't tell her. She said I was a weak one, laughing about it. I told her mine, and she pretty much told me I didn't make the cut and explained that she'd rather risk a chance with her zodiac, compatible versus non-compatible. I brushed that off and challenged her belief, told her zodiac is bullshit, and I explained why. She agreed on views of a relationship, but remained loyal to her zodiac compatibility. So we're back and forth about being single and celibate. She said she's not the type to let a nigga touch and that she respects herself, and that she isn't a thought. I said, you're single and celibate? LOL. Alluding that I knew she was full of shit. After we cleared that up, we started talking about what attracts us. She likes guys with good vibes, makes her laugh, can handle her bad attitude, doesn't want a pussy. She said looks and money is just a plus. Next, she wanted to know what I do for a living. I didn't want to say I quit my job that paid really well, but I kept it real. I tried to make it positive. I basically said I'm in a process of achieving my dreams. I'm on the come up at the moment. She told me what she does and gave me words of encouragement and said it was cool. At that point, it sounded like the convo was done. I one worded her after that and said, all right, LOL. So what should I do next time? Should I continue talking to her? If so, any pointers for her and other women that I talk to? Thank you. Your videos really gave me a better perspective on the dating game. By the way, this is literally my first conversation attempt to smash another girl in almost 3 years. I just left a toxic, on and off 6 year relationship. All that time in that relationship took me way out of my zone when it comes to flirting and being interesting to women. All right. So this is the thing. See, since you've been out the dating game for a minute and you've been in that long relationship, right? You are just getting back. You're probably rusty. You want to get back in there and make stuff happen, right? So as I'm reading this little back and forth thing you're doing with this girl, right? What I want to say is this, and this goes for any of you guys who are hitting chicks up on these, apps or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and even just when you talking to chicks in person, you understand what you want to do is you want to get to the point as quick as possible. And what I mean is you want to make sure that you're setting something up so that you and the girl can meet up and get together and go on a date or hook up, right? That is your goal. That's what you have to do. See, all this back and forth talking, all this going through, you're asking all these questions, she's asking you all these questions and all this other stuff. See, a lot of guys, they think they need to do this because they say, well, I got to build rapport. I got to, get her comfortable with me and all this other stuff, right? And the thing is, the reason why that's not a good move in most cases is because sometimes what happens is that when you're doing that whole trying to build rapport thing, or you're going back and forth asking all these questions or doing all this other stuff, right? You do all of that and then nothing happens. You understand? So what I mean is you say all this stuff, you go back and forth, you're doing all this other stuff, and then, you never see the girl. right? Or let's say you try to set a date after you do all that back and forth stuff, and she says, "Oh, I'm kind of busy. I don't know." You understand? Or you do all that back and forth stuff, then she's like, "Oh, I'm kind of seeing somebody right now." Right? So you wasted all that time doing all that back and forth shit, trying to build that rapport. Right? So what you need to do is when you're talking to the girl, you got to get to the point. So especially, when you're hitting up chicks on these Instagram and the Facebooks and all that, you got to understand that these girls, they getting a whole bunch of fucking attention. So sometimes they'll just go back and forth with you because they like the attention. Right? Some girls won't even respond to you because they just like the fact of seeing guys messaging them in their, DMs and all that shit, right? So sometimes they won't get back to you, and then sometimes when they do get back to you, it's just a whole bunch of attention whore, activity going on, right? So but you might see a chick on one of these sites, and you're like, oh, I want to go holler at her and get at her. You understand? And you could do that, but you have to do it in a way that's going to be more beneficial to you, so you don't waste a lot of time, and so you don't, just be sitting there entertaining a chick who's an attention whore, right? So for you guys out here, when you're hitting these chicks up on these Instagrams and Facebooks, right? What you want to do is this, because you said that you hit her up and you were talking about her pictures, and you said you like what you see and all this other stuff and all of that, right? What you want to do is when you hit up a chick, the best course of action is to look at something that's in her picture that you can comment on, and more likely something about something going on in the picture more than just her ass. Now, if she's a chick who just has a whole bunch of ass pictures, you understand, then it's going to be a little bit harder. But sometimes you have chicks who's just not on some Instagram model nonsense, who actually has pictures of other shit. So then you look at a picture of some other shit she has, send her a message, ask her about that other shit. You understand? Say something about that. So it's more like indirect, right? Then once she responds to that, right, then you basically, say a little bit other, some other stuff about that real quick. And then what you're going to do is you're going to try to immediately close the deal, right? But what you want to do is this, is that so let's say, for example, the chick has a picture of, I don't know, her dog in a fucking goofy ass outfit or some shit. And then you send her a message and be like, yo, what's up? You like one or two of her pictures, whatever. And you say, yo, what's up with the dog in that goofy ass outfit? Right? And she's like, oh, that's my dog. I love her. She's crazy. I just be dressing her up like that, yada, yada, yada. And you're like, oh, that's interesting. It looks kind of funny. And then so, like, at this point, you just want to now close the deal. You understand? Right? So basically what you want to do is you want to give her your information and tell her to holler at you. You understand? So by this point, you saying, oh yeah, that looks crazy on your dog, whatever. Be like, hey, listen, I'm about to like run around and do some shit, but here's my number. I want you to give me a call tomorrow so we could set up something and get together and hang out sometime. You understand? And you just write your number, and then you let her do the rest. Right? See, because especially when you're on those, apps and Instagrams and all that other stuff, right? The fact that you are DMing her, right? You're already in the situation where you're blending in with all the other guys, sucking her butt. You understand what I'm saying? So now to differentiate yourself from those dudes, most of them are just like, oh, ma, you so beautiful, blah, 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 this and this and that, yada, 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 gassing her head up, right? All you're doing is you're commenting on something else that's not even really about her, beauty, right? And then you're letting her know, you say, hey, listen, I need you to holler at me. Here's my number. Hit me up tomorrow, right? So now what happens is that if she's actually interested in fucking with you, and interested in actually talking to you, she's going to have to hit you up. So when she hits you up, it's showing that she's interested, right? Because within that medium of you hitting her up on the Instagrams and all of that, it's already, within itself, in the context, it's like you're showing her a lot of interest already. So now that you're already in the DM and you're having that little back and forth about whatever you're talking about with the picture, and then you quickly close the deal, what it is that you're flipping it around and saying, hey, give me a call, hit me up, so I can, evaluate you now. I can evaluate you more. You understand? So it's not you trying to, it's not her trying to like approve of you, or you just being some other regular dude, you understand, sucking her ass, right? It's you flipping the shit and getting her to holler at you, right? And basically, that's all you got to do is you have to quickly close that deal. You guys have to, fall back on all that building rapport stuff. You understand? See, there's nothing wrong with talking to a chick and, going back and forth with her, but make sure you're doing that when you meet her in person. Do that when you're actually on a date with a girl. You understand what I'm saying? When you're first meeting chicks or you're first really talking to girls, it's all about closing the deal in order to set something up. You see what I'm saying? So forget about all that, I got to build all this rapport and then try to close the deal, because you can be building all this rapport and then she's going to be like, oh, well, I got a boyfriend. Like, I had a friend who did this one time where he met this chick on the street. He was talking to her, and then they walked over to the park. They're talking some more, all this other shit. He talked to this chick for like almost an hour and a half. And then he was like, yo, we should like get together sometime and do some other, like get together, go on a date and blah, 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 blah. And this chick gonna tell him, I can't, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. So he done spent an hour and a half talking to some chick who got a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if she had a boyfriend or not, who the fuck knows? She could have been lying, you understand? But let's say she did have a boyfriend. You just wasted your time talking to a chick who had a boyfriend who's not gonna fuck with you. And if she didn't have a boyfriend and she used that as an excuse, what usually happened was the fact that you were talking to her for so long, you might have said something or did something that turned her off in that moment to make her say, oh, I got a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? And that came from you trying to build all that rapport, and that shit backfired on you. You understand? So what you want to do is you want to, as soon as possible, close the motherfucking deal. Now, in your situation, you're saying, what should you do next? Right? What I would do is hit her back up, say, yo, when are you free? Because you already done talked and all that other shit. Be like, when are you free? Let's get together. Let's go out and get a drink or something. You understand? Just hit her up with plan the date. Send her some shit to plan the date. You understand what I'm saying? And then, get her out of the social media, meet in person, and then get it going that way. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Guys, listen, if you have any more questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace, I'm gone.
Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.